then you will have a lot of confusion in handling your components. That's the reason better you can keep a separate folder for your component, right? But you can ignore that by using flat true. You can use this, right? So that means a component can be generated by using these CLI commands. If you know these CLI commands, it's easy for us to handle our components. So that means you can save the time. You can simply add a component and you can work with. If you want individually, then you can manually add. There are so many other attributes also. Those attributes you will see depending on different situations later. As of now, these are enough. Flat equal to true, inline style is equal to inline template equal to true, and another one is skip test equal to true. These are the options you need to define. If you simply give ng generate component, then automatically it will generate all files for you. It will be confusion so many times with dealing with a lot of files and unnecessary files keeping in your folder. So better ignore this spec file. For that, you have to use skip test equal to true, right? That is the approach we need to manage and handle for our components, right? Once the component is ready and everything is configured perfectly, now you can start working with this. So we learned both the techniques, how we can add the component by manual approach and how to add the component by using CLI commands. So there are so many other attributes which you will learn according to the situation, how to deal with them, how do we work with them. Initially, these are enough. So you just learned how to define a component now. After understanding how to define a component, how do we configure a component? The next important part is we need to understand about a concept and which is data binding. Means how to get the data from the HTML and keep in the logic. How to get the data from logic and display in HTML. How to handle the coordination between the logic and the HTML. For that, you need to understand about the frameworks like MVC, MVP, and MVVM, which are internally used. Mostly MVC and MVVM are the architectures which are used in the component to handle the interaction between the UI and the logic. How to bind the data, how to present the data, how to interact with the data. These are the important things you need to learn. That we'll see in tomorrow's session, right? So once you start practicing and you are perfect, then I can speed up and we can start designing complex examples now, right? So because in the beginning level, if you are facing difficulty in starting, then if I go into very complex things immediately, then you will be very much confused. That's the reason in the beginning, this you do perfect. Now we can go with the complex things, complex options. And that's what we are going to handle in the next session. How the binding works, how the data binding works, how these frameworks works, right? Tomorrow we will continue with this, okay? Right, thank you. Yeah, Diptesh. Prakash, we are not starting any UI batch now. It will take time. So UI batch is not yet sure.